Welcome to Chris Henry Sports, and the reason why I've invented this unique product called the balls. Two balls, a cue ball and an object ball, and the weight is only around about 17 grams, a lot lighter than the standard 143 grams of standard balls. And what I do in this scenario here, I'm looking to identify a real key. Where does a player actually strike this cue ball in a real shot situation where there's an object ball involved, not just over the spots, because that's not a real test. So what I was doing here was asking the player to strike the ball, but as you can see, if we don't move the red, we don't really see if there's any side spin on the cue ball. So what I was actually having to do was, when the player, whether it's a top professional player or an amateur player, what I was doing manually was flicking the red out of the way just at the moment the ball was being struck, so that we could then see, as the ball went down the spots, if there was any side spin. And that was the only way we could really identify that. Now, of course, it would be great if a player could practice this shot with an object ball alone, without somebody having to flick the ball out the way all the time, because there's not always somebody there to do that. And what we can do now is place this 17 gram, these balls are slightly weighted, so you must let them settle where you've got the weight on the bottom, and then you place it on the relevant position on the spot, like this, with a standard cue ball. But now we're going to see something additional. We're going to see where we aim, but we're also going to see exactly where we struck the cue ball in this situation. So I'm aiming to the middle of the red, middle of the white, and then I play the shot. Okay, so I've aimed the red ball slightly over to the left there, but look now what we can see. Now we can clearly identify that I've actually applied a little bit of unintentional left-hand side on that cue ball. And with that feedback, we can now start to go about fixing that problem and helping the players start to strike the cue ball where intended by habit. And this is one of the big keys to playing high-level snooker.